So what we're going to look at now is how we can use Fusion360 to design usable functional products. At any point in the series, feel free to pause the video and work on something. You might find this easier. You also might find it easier to go split screen so you can have this video running while you work on actually in Fusion360. So what we're going to be making is a box. It might sound pretty boring, but it will give you a really good idea of what you can do in Fusion360 and how to use it. So, to start doing this, we need to take our mouse and go up to this button up here. It says Create Sketch. What this does is this allows us to basically do a drawing, a 2D drawing, and then later we'll be able to use it to make a 3D model. So now we see what looks a bit like our view cube that we talked about earlier. And we see 3 yellow squares. These are the 3 planes. So we have the right plane, the front plane, and the top plane. So we want to pick, in this case, the top plane. And it will automatically orient us like this. So now we're the right way up. Now what we can do, we can take our mouse, go up to the corner that says Create. So along here we have all the tools we can use in Sketches. You can click on these little drop down menus and they give you a lot more. Might look pretty confusing and scary, but you'll get to know it soon. So we need to go Create, Rectangle, Center Rectangle. Now we have this little thing, and this you'll notice snaps to a grid. If we zoom in and out, the grid sort of changes. So what we need to do is to come over and we're going to start here. This is our center point. This is our origin, as it's called. This is the 0, 0 of our model. What we're going to do, we're going to make a rectangle. And we're going to make it 100 millimeters by 200 millimeters. And as you can see, it's really big, but we can zoom out, and there it is. Now if I click again, it's done. Now if I hit escape, I can get it out. Now if you look here, you can see that we have the dimensions. I can set these to whatever I want. I could set this to 10, make that really small, but for now we're going to leave it at 100. This is our rectangle. We can use our tools, we can pan around, we can zoom around. When we want to stop using a tool, we can push escape. Now we've done that, what we need to do is click the Finish Sketch button. That saves and finalizes our sketch. Finally, we need to click, we can see this button up here, it says Extrude. What this does is takes our 2-dimensional shape from our sketch and makes it 3-dimensional. So if we click Extrude, now we can go to our view cube, see what we're doing. We can click on this shape here, it's already selected, and we want to make it 70 millimeters thick. So we type in 70, and you'll see we have a box. We click OK, we're done. Now we have a box. So what we want to do next is, obviously a box isn't much use unless we have like an inside. So we're going to do a new sketch right here. And we're going to use this tool here that says Offset. What this lets us do is do a line on the inside of our box. Then click on this line, and we can drag this around to change the size. So, we need to decide how thick we want to make the walls of our box. To start with, let's make them 3 millimeters thick. So if we type in a -3 here, and click enter, we have another line. This line is 3 millimeters away. Now what we can do is click Finish Sketch again. You'll notice now, if you go into this folder, we have 2 sketches. We have sketch 1, which is the initial one, and now we have sketch 2. What we can do is click on Extrude, and now we want to make a hole in our box, because a box isn't very much use if you can't put anything in it. So we go Extrude, then we click on our surface, and then you'll notice we can drag this all the way down. But that's not much use. We need a bottom on our box, right, don't we? So, since we know that our box is 70 millimeters thick, if we make this 67 millimeters, then we will have 3 millimeters at the bottom. But now, wait, what's happened here? It's gone up. What we need to do to fix this is add a negative. You'll see that it automatically defaults to cut. We can push OK. Now we have a box. It's pretty basic, but it's a box.